So this is the high voltage side of your main electrical panel. Up at the top here you have your motor protection circuit breakers. These are for providing current overload conditions for mostly your motors, but some other components as well. You have your fuses here that can go to various components of different sizes. The rating is on a sticker underneath the fuses. Your distribution block, where we send our power everywhere else it needs to go, and your main disconnect is all up here. Coming down, you have your VFDs, your variable frequency drives. These are what control almost all of our motors. This is how we have very precise control over different speeds and different strengths of blowers and things like that. Some more MPCBs here for your HEPA filters. And then you have your power supplies for your 48 volt DC and your 24 volt DC. Some circuit breakers for your fans, and then your transformer to create your 120 volts AC. At the very bottom, we have multiple connections going out to your motors and to other equipment. So this is the low voltage side of your main electrical panel. Here you have your PLC and its associated cards. This is where the program for your filler is stored and where we can alter it if need be. These are the Ethernet switches. You have your one for the local, for the machine itself, and then for the plant, for connecting into an individual plant's network. You have an electronic circuit breaker here with 4 different channels on it. We run most of our 24 volt DC power through this electronic circuit breaker, and this is faster, more responsive than using a bunch of individual circuit breakers. We do have some individual ones for certain components here, depending on the situation and how much is on the filler, and then an expansion module for your safety relay. We have some 24 volt relays here for things like your lights, and then at the very bottom, terminal strips for any outgoing connections, and some fuses for outgoing connections. If one of these lights on your fuses lights up, that's how you know that you have a blown fuse. And then we have room for expansion up top. So this is your JB2. This is a panel that is connected to your filler that has a variety of different components in it. Starting at the top, we have an air system up here that controls product level in the bowl, as well as your product inlet valve. Then here we have your remote input-output cards. This is where most of your sensors and different proxies on your machine will be plugged into. You have your Ethernet switch that talks back to the rest of the filler in the main panel. An electronic circuit breaker for circuit protection. Your safety relay for all of your doors and e-stops. Some analog cards for your bowl and capper positioning. A variety of different terminal blocks, including some fuses here that may be in the JB2, may not be, depending on your filler. And then at the bottom, we have your valve stacks, which include many of the valves for air valves that are located on this filler.